Hello, everyone. Since November 1st of last year, ASU women's hockey head coach Lindsay Ellis has been recruiting new players from all over North America. From Canada, Ontario to Calgary, Alberta, these new players look to secure a spot on the defending WWCHL championship team that won the WWCHL and went to the ACHA national playoffs for the first time in program history last season. In the coming weeks, you'll hear from each of the 7 new recruits. You'll also get to learn more about each player and their hockey journey so far and why they're coming to Arizona State University. Today, you'll hear from forward Breanne Powell. She hails from Parksville, BC, and was supposed to play last season with Grant MacEwan University, but suffered a torn ACL. You'll hear a little bit more about what that was like, along with getting to know Breanne as a player and a person. Enjoy. Hello, everyone, and let me introduce you to Breanne Powell. She is one of the newest ASU players on this team. She's a forward, and she's from Parksville, BC. She committed March 2nd, so kind of recent, and then she played with Grant MacEwan U last season. And first off, Breanne, how are you doing? How is your off season so far?
It's going really well. I'm training full time at the moment. I'm on the ice 4 times a week and then in the gym every day, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a lot of work for your summer. Do you have any fun plans before you head down here later this summer?
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out with my friends, go to a music festival, do some camping, lake days,
Yeah,
working. Yeah.
yeah, I definitely say. Well, I mean, that sounds like a fun summer. I'm not going to lie. So first off, Breanne, we don't know that much about you. We obviously have the article that kind of came out on the website, but beyond that, we don't know a lot about you. But tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself, kind of.
Well, I started playing hockey when I was 4, and I got into it through my dad. So I love hockey. I'm very passionate about it. I do a lot of coaching as well. So I'm a certified power skating coach. So I do that a lot in my spare time. I snowboard lots, so I'm very passionate about that. I love being outdoors, camping, the whole shebang. I'm from the island, so there's lots of good stuff to do out here. And yeah,
So I
that's a
want
little.
kind of, yeah, awesome. I do want to kind of dive into that last part, the islands of BC. What is living there like? I mean, most of us have never been there, obviously, all the way up in Canada. So what is it like there? Tell us a little bit about growing up there.
It's pretty small. I love the island. I love being by the ocean. That's one thing that's going to be a big change when I go to Arizona is the ocean. And I'm from Parksville, so it's a very small town. I love it. I've been up and down the island. There's lots of stuff to do here. The thing that I love the most is you can go surfing, you can go skiing, you can go hiking all in the same day just by driving up and down the island from Tofino down to Victoria. There's lots of cool spots that are on the island too, so it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, trust me, as someone who lived right next to the ocean, you're definitely going to miss it. It sucks, but you have a lot of lakes out here, so that's always awesome. You mentioned a little bit about how you got into hockey, but tell us a little bit about your uprising with hockey. How'd you get into it specifically? A little bit about that.
Yeah, so I started skating and playing when I was 4. My dad's always been into hockey, and my sister started playing, and I went to her games, and I was like, "Oh, this looks really fun. I want to try it." So I tried it, and I really loved it. And I played kind of at a bunch of different hockey academies growing up. So when I was in grade 9, I moved to Penticton, and I played at Okanagan Hockey Academy for a year. And then I moved home and I played at Shawnigan Lake, the boarding school there, which I also loved. But then I wanted to go back to Penticton. So I played there for 2 years and graduated there. And then that was my graduation year was during COVID. So I ended up taking a post grad year and I played for Delta Hockey Academy. And Tristan Craig is from there too. So we were on the same team that year, which was kind of cool. And then, yeah, I lived in Vancouver, played there, and then I played in Edmonton first semester. But I tore my ACL my last year when I was playing Delta. So I tore it in February, and it was a bit of a setback, but I'm back to full strength and full training. I'm actually stronger and more confident than I was before I tore it. So I'm super happy with how the recovery has gone. And now I'm kind of just ready to jump back into the season.
Okay, there's a lot of questions I want to ask off that. The first one, I have heard rumors that you still skated on that torn ACL. Is that true? And that you were still super fast? That's impressive.
I did skate on my torn ACL. I knew something was off, but I didn't know if it was torn or not. And then the same day that I skated on it, I got my MRI back, and it was like, you have a full torn ACL. So that was awesome.
That's impressive that you did that. And you mentioned Tristan Craig. I mean, I do really want to sidebar here for a minute. What did you think about her? And also, have you met anyone else from your new team yet?
Yeah, so Tristan's awesome. She's really funny. I loved playing with her in that Delta year. We had a really strong team and also just a really close bond in our group, which was really special to me. So yeah, I love her. And then I have met a bunch of the girls because I visited in January. I visited in January, and I got to skate with the ASU girls and all of everyone on the team, and I met them all, and everyone was so awesome, like so neat. I really loved Lindsay. I loved the dynamic of the team. It was really awesome. I also played with Taylor Northcott, who played on the team recently. And so I played with her when I was at Shawnigan. So that's also a little connection that I have to ASU. So yeah.
That's awesome to hear. I have seen some of your clips, some of your highlights, and something that I've really noticed that's special about you, Bree, is that you have a sick wrist shot. How did you develop that wrist shot?
Practice. I watch a lot of hockey, so watching like McDavid and Matthews kind of picking up their quick release and like really closely analyzing how they get the puck off so fast. And then I would shoot pucks a lot. Like when I was younger, I used to be like outside every day ripping pucks, trying to get my accuracy down. So yeah, just practice, honestly.
Now, you did mention you watch a lot of hockey, so I gotta ask, is there a favorite team in your books, or do you have a favorite player? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's kind of been all over the map right now with playoffs and all of that going on. So originally, my favorite team was Vancouver Canucks growing up, local. So I loved the Canucks, but then I took a turn and I went with Edmonton, love the Oilers. And right now, I'm going for Vegas because the Oilers got knocked out.
You're going for the team that knocked them out, though. Wow,
I know.
that's fair. Do you have a favorite player at all?
I have a couple. I really like Patrick Kane, Matthews, McDavid, kind of all the all-stars. I think it's really special. Also, Connor Bedard's pretty huge now. So, I mean, yeah, I just really like highly skilled players, and I think it's really amazing how like hockey's developed and skill has developed throughout the years. I've had the opportunity to coach with some ex NHL players like Rick Lance. He's one of my favorite people, actually. I love him. And he was kind of just telling me about how much it's changed since he played in the NHL. Like skill wise, and I think it's pretty amazing how much like faster the game is and how skill based it is now. So yeah, I'd say Mike McDavid and Matthews and all of them.
I mean, that's a fair choice. They are incredible. Um, Kind of moving up. What was your time like this past season with Grant McEwen? How do you think your season went?
It was really good. I wasn't playing due to the injury, but it was really awesome because being a part of the team and kind of being a cheerleader was a role that I took on, and I think that it was honestly a very big learning curve, like just like watching instead of being involved in the games. So the team was really great. My coach was really great. I loved the girls. It was really awesome. Yeah, I wasn't able to play, but I was still skating around on practice and shooting pucks and stuff like that on goalie ice and all of that. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, transitioning over to why you're here. Why did you choose Arizona State? I know it's a bit of a stretch from Canada. So
Yeah.
how'd you hear about Arizona State and why did you choose it?
So I actually first heard about ASU through Taylor Northcott. When she went to tour in her grade 12 year, I was in grade 10, and she came back and she was just raving about it. She was like, oh my gosh, this is the place for me. It's so amazing. You know, the team's awesome. And so it was kind of an intro, and I checked it out online, and I was like, okay, this is a cool spot, like maybe a little bit of a dream because it's a little far away. And like Andy Main as well. I played with her when I was in
Yeah.
grade 9, so I know her very well as well. And so she went there, and so that's kind of how I learned about ASU and I heard about it. And then I mentioned it to my mom a couple times. I was like, "Oh, mom, like." I really want to go to ASU. It seems like a really cool spot, and it's hot compared Edmonton. It was like minus 40. So yeah, it's a big change. I'm really
Yeah.
looking for the warmer weather. So yeah, and when I went and checked out ASU, I got a really good feeling. I was just really happy with, how awesome the girls were. And I really like the schedule, how ice is in the morning. I know a lot of people don't like ice being early in the morning, but I'm more of a morning, so that's really appealing. And just Lindsay's practices were really good when I checked it out. And, her communication was really good, and she was super inviting and awesome. So yeah, that's what's up.
No, that's fair. That's actually fair. I mean, you've been down here once before, or have you been down here more times?
No, I've only been there the one time.
Okay, what did you think about it when you first came down, about the whole state, about ASU as a total?
Um, the first thing I thought was, wow, this place is huge. School was only one building, so
Jeez.
it's a bit of a change, with there being so many different campuses and stuff like that. I thought it was very beautiful. I loved the warm weather. I loved the arena. The new arena was incredible to check out. It was really neat. And the school was just amazing. There was a lot of cool architecture. Like there's so many different programs, which is really appealing to me as well. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I really, really enjoyed about the school. But yeah, it's hard to pinpoint one direct thing. But yeah, it was just very awesome when I went, and I got a really awesome feeling from everyone.
So I gotta ask, obviously, Mullet Arena, the brand new facility for ASU, was that part of your decision? Did that influence your decision to come here?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, it's a beautiful arena. The past arena that I was playing in was the Edmonton Oilers home rink. So we had a pretty sweet setup over there as well. But the Mullet Arena was really cool. Like it was so nice when we did the grand tour and got to check it all out. I would say, yeah, it did influence me a little bit.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. It's a very, very nice facility. Have you chosen a major for ASU yet? And if so, what do you want to do with it in the future?
Yeah, so I'm doing sports programming at the moment with a minor in business. And so right now, I was thinking that I would go into like personal training and kind of doing all of that. I'm huge into fitness.
Mhm.
So I think that would be something that's really appealing to me, like doing like a hockey-based training facility, kind of opening up my own kind of business would be really nice. But I am hoping to transfer into aviation as well. I know there is a girl on the team that is in aviation, so it was really neat chatting with her about it. And I did go down to the Polytechnic campus and check it out with Emily. So that was really awesome. So I got to have a feel for that campus as well. But yeah, my end goal is to be a commercial pilot.
That's a lot of goals there. That's fantastic. Yeah, Amelia Smith, obviously the one being really into aviation. And then also our team photographer, Billy, is also really into aviation. So a lot of people have similar goals with you. What do you think of the team? I mean, obviously they made the nationals for the first time in program history. Have you been following them? And who have you met so far? You obviously mentioned Tristan Craig, Emily Klein, Annie Main.
Yeah, I've been following how they're doing this season, and I'm so incredibly proud of them. It's huge winning that. So yeah, I met who did I meet? Oh gosh, I met Ellie McKenna, I met Amelia Smith, I met Emily Klein, I met Jill, I met the whole team when I was there. So I could just list everyone off. They were
Yeah.
super and they did this. Sam Murphy decided to throw like a grill and chill. So we had burgers and we all hung out, and I got to meet all of them. I was there for 3 days. So it was really nice how Emily took me down to the Polytechnic campus for a day. And then Ellie took me around and was showing me around for a while. And I spent a lot of time with Tristan checking everything out. Flo drove me around as well, which was really nice. So the girls were really inviting, and that is a huge thing for me. They were very kind and just excited to be there, and they were excited to have me. And so it was a really nice feeling having such a tight knit group. It's really important for me to have like a good team atmosphere and be surrounded by a bunch of awesome girls that are supporting one another and pushing each other to be better versions of themselves on and off the ice was huge. And I noticed that as well. Everyone was trying so hard at everything that we were doing on the ice, as well as in the workout. I got to join in on one of the workouts, which was really fun. The girls were just, yeah, they were so nice. And it was, yeah, that heavily influenced my decision on coming as well, was how inviting and open they were to having me.
That's super awesome to hear. I'm glad that you had a great experience so far here. I gotta ask, I mean, you mentioned the weather, but what are you looking forward to most about living in Arizona?
Oh gosh. I would say just living in America. It's a lot from Canada. There's like so many different like restaurants. I'm a big foodie, so I'm really excited to trying things like Chick-fil-A.
You
I've
have
never
Chick-fil-A in Canada?
I've never tried it. So I'm super that all the different food is gonna be pretty awesome. And yeah, the heat is something I'm also really looking forward to. It's a lot different, like the university um is a lot different from the university I was at in terms of like how big the football games are and how big like the I'd say supporters from the school. Like being a Sun Devil is so awesome, and everyone supports like all of the different sports teams. Whereas like at my old school, like we didn't really have that kind of going. So I'm very excited about being in like that kind of atmosphere, which is, yeah, very appealing to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun going to all the sports games, both as a fan and as a professional. I mean, it's very loud when it comes to ASU. You mentioned food. I want to touch real quick on that. What are you most excited for to try down here? You mentioned Chick-fil-A, but are there any other places you're super excited to try?
Crumble cookie.
Man, I mean, personally, it's a bit overhyped, but I can see
Really?
why. I would say so, but I mean, and that's why you're coming down here. You're gonna
Yeah,
you're eventually try it. Um, have you tried In-N-Out before? That's another one I don't think they have in Canada.
I haven't tried In-N-Out before. My friend was just down in California, and she tried In-N-Out and she said it was really good. So now I got to try it for myself.
There you go. There's a lot of that around Tempe or whatever campus you're going to. Every campus is stocked full of great places to try out. So my final question for you: what are you looking forward to most about this upcoming season?
Okay, I'm so excited. I am really excited to kind of go off of the successful year that the girls had this year and go in, well, fresh off of like the ACL tear. Like I'm excited to get playing again, mainly. I'm just excited to have that like feeling again because I haven't played in a game in so long that I'm just really pumped to get back on the ice and spend time with the girls, have a really awesome season, get to know everyone, and yeah, have another successful year. Hopefully do it all again. It's only up from here, so I'm so pumped. Yeah.
That's awesome to hear, Breanne. I'm sure the team is looking forward to having you. We're looking forward to welcoming you guys here, and we're excited. So thank you so much, Breanne, for taking the time out of your day and doing this introductory press conference. Thank you so much. Once again, a big thank you to Breanne for taking the time out of her offseason, for introducing herself, and for doing this interview. Make sure to check back here for more upcoming interviews with the other recruits as we approach the 2023-2024 regular season.